back with another banger on this channel. Now, guys, today's video is gonna be way different from all the normal content that I produce on this channel. Reason being that most of you guys that know me personally, as well as follow me on Instagram, TikTok, even WhatsApp, know that I'm a die-hard football fan, and more specifically, I support two clubs, well, three clubs. But the main one that I'm going to talk about today is Man United. What up, JG Nation? I'm back with another banger on this channel. Now, guys, today's video is gonna be way different from all the normal content that I produce on this channel. Reason being that most of you guys that know me personally, as well as follow me on Instagram, TikTok, even WhatsApp, know that I'm a die-hard football fan, and more specifically, I support two clubs, well, three clubs, but the main one that I'm going to talk about today is Man United. Now, today, uh, now, today when I'm recording this video, it's just a couple hours after Man United have confirmed that we are going to be in next season's UEFA Champions League. Now, for me, that is vitally important. Reason being that United's form from the beginning of the season up until when Ruben Amorim was sacked was completely terrible. Like, they had no consistency, they had no trust in each other, they had no ability to push and to grind and to understand that you are not fighting individually, you're fighting for the team and you're fighting for the club. They never understood that. And like, the Premier League is one of the hardest leagues in the world in terms of its speed, its aggression, its passion. So as a manager, you need to know that you always need to adapt your system, either if it's a back four, a back five shifting into a back three when you're countering, and then shifting back into a back five when you're being more defensive. As a manager, you need to know that. Now, Ruben Amorim, his biggest problem overall was that the man did not know what it meant to shift your formation through attacks, which ultimately was detrimental to the entire team as a whole. Which is why when he got sacked in January, I think United were in the bottom half of the table, around where West Spurs is right now. Damn.
Shots fired! Shots fired!
But that's beside the point. Well, technically is the point. But beside that, now United just confirmed Champions League football for 26-27, and that is amazing. Reason being that Michael Carrick, when he came in to be the interim coach from about, I think, middle of January up until this point and towards the end of the season, he showed that United doesn't need like hectic budgets. Firstly, you don't need the £100 million signing, the £250 million signing, the, I don't know, £250 million times two signings. If you understand what I'm trying to say, you just need players that are willing to fight for the badge and push and be the best team that you can be. Now, let's break it down properly. Like, firstly, United from January up until this point where they beat Liverpool, they basically were excellent. Like, literally, I have stats on my phone that I will talk about. Like, literally, we played the so-called Big Six in City, Arsenal, Chelsea, Big Six again, Spurs, and we literally held our own and beat most of them, like convincingly. Like the fact that the title race is so tight now has a lot to do with United because if we never shift our positioning in what we wanted in the league, the title race will not be as good as it is now. But if you guys want me to discuss that, that's in a future video. But for now, we're discussing United. Now, United's formation in the last game, specifically from January up until now, they shifted to a more traditional formation in a 4-2-3-1. Reason being is that under Amorim, I have no clue why he wanted to make our Portuguese Magnifico Bruno Fernandes play as a defensive midfielder. Like the man is not built for defensive midfielding. The man is built to build up pressure and to build up attacks, to go into transition and to push in order to give out end results in terms of goals, assists, whatever is needed from the team. Now, like you're telling me as a coach, you couldn't understand that? Like the dude is literally one assist away from equaling the record between Thierry Henry and Kevin De Bruyne. Like for a club like United, that's impressive because our strikers can't score to save their lives. Well, they never used to. But like right now, with the way Carrick is coaching the boys, the men, we are fighting like men and not boys anymore because we are pushing for European spots convincingly and not just scraping it like, we deserve to be there because of our name and history. That don't got nothing to do with football. That's the past. Right now you need a rebuild, you need to go to win. Hence why I feel I feel that this season or the second half of the season, United is more equipped to push, to be better, to be more hungry. And talk about hunger. Dude, when Benjamin Sheshko literally cut all his hair off and went with the buzz cut, the dude became like one of the most deadliest strikers I have witnessed in a while. Speaking of which, he scored in the last game against Liverpool in a 3-2 win, and that's amazing. Cause like, yo, from the time he joined the club in January, in August last season or beginning of the season, the dude wasn't able to produce at the speed and at the rate that United needed as a striker. I'm talking Berbatov numbers, Ronaldo numbers, Rooney numbers. Because that is the level. I'm going far back. Even Zlatan. Zlatan was like 37 and he was playing one of the best types of football I've seen from a striker in a while in a United jersey. And that says a lot. Like, it's not that hard. Ball, shoot, goal. It's not that hard. But United have found it hard for almost 12 to 15 years in terms of productivity, in terms of just being a team. Like, you literally are wearing this badge. It gotta mean something to you when you put this badge on, when you put the shirt on to say, hey, I got a contract here, I will fight for this year. Speaking of which, the banger that Kobe Mino hit in yesterday's game to make it 3-2 and to beat Liverpool, that's iconic because I legit thought that once it hit, because like the first half was excellent against Liverpool. Like we countered, we pushed, we shut down all their attacks, and we were pushing as a unit, as a team to progress and to score goals. But then the second half came and the boys literally collapsed. Like I mean, Sonny Lamar started playing like Andre Onana, which gave me horror movie type terrors. But saying okay, Onana in your United jersey cannot do anything to save his life. Like I mean, the dude has one of the worst save percentage rates ever. Bro, like dude, you cannot be a sophisticated goalkeeper and not know how to save. It's an insult to the sport. And like I mean, there've been top goalkeepers like Peter Schmeichel, like Edwin van der Sar, like David De Gea. That's just United's goalkeepers. If you go Chelsea, you can go Peter Cech. You can go Mm, Wojciech Szczesny. You can go goalkeepers that know how to save. You can go for a sweeper keeper, God himself, Manuel Neuer. Like Manuel Neuer is the example that the modern generation of goalkeepers need to follow. Because at 40 years old, the man is deadly. Like I mean, deadly in terms of being a goalkeeper. Like me personally, I'm drifting off topic, but I always say that the greatest goalkeeper of all time will always be Lev Yashin. The reason being that he won a Ballon d'Or in the 1960s with Dynamo Kiev, being a goalkeeper in that era, because you had Bobby Charlton, you had George Best, you had uh, Franz Beckenbauer, you had athletes at their peak, but you still won a Ballon d'Or. So for me personally, he is the greatest goalkeeper of all time. But in terms of greatest goalkeeper of the modern era, it has to be Manuel Neuer. Neuer, Buffon, Casillas. And I'm a Madrid supporter as well, so for me to put the greatest goalkeeper in our club's history third, this says a hell of a lot about who Manuel Neuer is. Like even in the Champions League semi-final against PSG in the second leg later on this week, when that game has to happen, I'm gonna enjoy it because I want to see a masterclass on what it is into attacking, defending, attacking. Because that's what that game is about between PSG and Bayern Munich. And I want to see Krivica Kvaratskhelia and Manuel Neuer hit it out, goal for goal, save for save. That there is peak football heritage. Any diehard fan will tell you that. But drifting off topic, now coming back to United and their form, like what I've noticed from the time Carrick took over up until now is that the boys are more hungry, more settled, and more willing to push together as a team to get results. Even in the Liverpool game, because that's literally the most recent example. It was hours ago. As soon as as soon as the ball got kicked off for the second half, they conceded the first goal, and then like you know what, it's just one goal, but then they conceded the second goal, and I'm like, and it wasn't like Liverpool countering like they normally do to concede goals because their counters this season have been pathetic. Like like it's not even a rivalry thing in terms of football. You all went from being one of the deadliest squads in the world to can't even touch a ball. Like you're not relying on Dominic Szoboszlai for so much of your attacks. It's not even a joke anymore. That man is well saving grace this season. But that's besides the Liverpool point of which United. Now United for years have been and will be relying on Bruno Fernandes to be our maestro. Because he said it himself. He wants to win trophies at United, which is why in the summer he rejected Al Hilal for a boatload of money to stay with United and win trophies. And that should be the prime example that every United player coming in to the club and at the club already should aspire to be. That doesn't matter about the past. You need to rebuild the past with the future and the present in order to get results and be the greatest club on the planet. Like even Madrid, they are arguably the greatest club of all time, hands down. I'll even say that in another jersey. But the difference is that Madrid knows how to work with pressure, work with egos, work with those guys that are willing to adapt. Like, see United, for years we've had the the egotistical group, from Paul Pogba to Jesse Lingard to Marcus Rojo to to, to um to even Rashford to even I'm forgetting about the main. Oh, bro, that Kobe Mano. Kobe Mano, you're a legend. I'm talking about Subject 49, aka Alejandro Garnacho, with Jordan Sancho. Those two dudes are the definition of Ronaldo ego, but none of Ronaldo's hard work dedication, and passion. You see, when Ronaldo came back to United in 2021-22, that there should have been the example that your ego, you can have an ego when you've worked your hardest to be the best footballer on the planet. I'm a Ronaldo fan till the day I will die. And I'm never gonna deny that there because I admire the person and the athlete that he is. Like, for me, Messi is great, but Ronaldo is a different level, but that's just my personal opinion. So I'm going a hell of a lot of topic, but honestly, coming back to United, I'm happy that the consistency is back. Whether or not Carrick will take the permanent job to be United's permanent coach in the future, we will just have to see, because United has a history of having interim coaches being excellent, playing United brand of football, and then being permanent coach and then crashing, like Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. No, we don't need that, dog. We don't need that now. Because if you're going back into the Champions League with the league phase and how deadly and how tough it is, you gotta be wise in what you do. Like, you can't be fragile about it because it's different. Look at PSG. PSG, prior to having the front three of Desiree Doué, Krivicek Kvaratskhelia, and Ousmane Dembele, had the best front three on paper with Kylian Mbappe, Neymar, and Lionel Messi. But they didn't do anything. They legitimately upgraded their attack with hard work, with players that play for each other, and a team that's willing to win no matter what. Hence why they're in the semi-final currently now, and Madrid is knocked out. Messi is in Miami, and Neymar is in Santos. Yeah, exactly. But as of right now, I'm happy. United have qualified for the Champions League convincingly this time, pushing to be a better team. Sané Lamas is better than Andre Onana by a mile, even though he did blunder yesterday in conceding the second goal. Yeah, but that's besides the point because we are in the Champions League, dog. But that's enough discussion because, as far as I'm concerned, United are building into something where I can say in a future video, we are back. And JG Nation, guys, we are on the road to 1.6k subs. I know I haven't posted a video in a couple of weeks. That is because I'm so busy with university that I haven't had time to record any content for you guys. But from January, this video has been on my mind that I need to react to United's updated form and how they're playing now. And the fact that, as far as I'm concerned, United are building something to where I can say we are back. But I'm not going to get ahead of myself because they get here and then they drop here and then they get back there. That's not healthy. As a fan, as a future pundit one day, that ain't healthy. Maybe even a future coach. But enough said. On the road to 1.6k subs. If you guys want me to continue doing content like this, I will drop more suggestions on my WhatsApp channel where you guys can comment about it and let me know whether you like this type of content, and keep liking this video, keep viewing for more banger content, and we are on the road to 1.6k subs. JG Nation for life, God first, God always. Let's go. I'm back on YouTube. But on. Yeah.